All right, here is the practice test. Again, you do not have to do all of it, but you might want to just practice some of it. You could use my notes, the ones that I do here with you, and my answer key as you're working through your test. You can use it as notes. As you're working through your practice test and your test, you probably want to have out your Module 11 notes and have out your Module 11 notes for each section. All right, so here we go. So the first shape here, we're finding the area, and this is a parallelogram. So it's just going to be, make sure you're doing a notes sheet as you're doing your test too, and write down the number. So you would write down number 1, write the formula, then write down what you're plugging in. 15 would be the base, 7 would be the height, because we know that the base and the height always have to meet right there at that 90-degree angle. Okay, and then you just multiply those guys together. So it'd be 105 units squared. Okay. All right. So over here, this one, number 5, is a kite. So kites, we would, again, if this was my test, I would write it down. I write down the formula. Kites are diagonal times diagonal divided by 2, or 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Same thing. Okay. Make sure that you email me a picture of your work, because a lot of you might get 3 out of 4 instead of 0 out of 4. So please, please, please show me your work. All right, so 20 would be the first diagonal, 14 would be the second diagonal, divide it by 2, and then you're just timesing that out. So that would be 140 meters squared. Okay, so we've got the area of a parallelogram, the area of a kite. Over here we have a trapezoid. So again, we write down number 6, the area of a trapezoid. Trapezoids are, we add the bases together, multiply it by the height, and divide by 2. The bases are always the parallel pieces. So that would be 6. 6 is one of the bases. Now the other base, I'm not quite sure what that is. I have to find it. And then the other thing I have to find is the height. All right, so when I take a look at the other base, I know part of the base is 7, but I do need to know this side right here, so I don't know that. So I need to find that. I do need to find the height. The height would be this piece right here. Okay. Now in this example, we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So the side across from the 90 over here is 10. That would be my large. So the green height would be the side across from the 30. So that would be my small. So if the large is 10, the small would have to be 5. It's half. So I now know the height of my trapezoid, so I can fill in a 5 there. Okay. Now finding the side across from the 60, right? Because if this was, all right, this would be my 60-degree angle. So if 5 is the small, over here would be the medium. So this medium would be 5 square root 3. Now in your test, you're not going to get a weird one like 5 square root 3. I think it'll just be a whole number. So finding the entire base here, right? I need to, on my calculator, I would need to add those two numbers together. All right. So I would type in 7 plus 5 square root 3. All right, oh, and it's giving me, so what I need to do then is change my mode. Right, so you can kind of flip back and forth between the modes here. All right, so it'd be 7 plus 5 square root 3. All right, so what do we get? We get 15.66, so we'll go 15.7 is our other base. All right. So just make sure that when you're doing the area, then once you have everything filled in, that you add the bases together first. So my 15.7 plus the 6, all All right, so the bases add together is 21.7, times it by my height is 5, and then divide by 2. All right, so 54 point, and we're always going to round to the nearest tenth, so 54.3 in units squared, sorry, squared. All right, so that's finding a kite, a parallelogram, and a trapezoid. Okay. So the next set of problems here we have a triangle. Okay, so again, we would write the problem, right? We write the formula. It's a triangle, so it would be base times height divided by 2. Okay. So on this one, I know that the height is 14. Okay, because that's the piece that meets at the right angle. But I do not know the other piece that meets at the right angle. Right, so I don't know this piece down here. So I gotta find that. So I'm gonna put a little X down here because I need to find it. Okay. I cannot use my Pythagorean triples because I only know one side. In order to use the Pythagorean triples, I have to have 2 of them. So this one I actually use SOHCAHTOA on. All right, so I'm gonna circle the angle. This X over here would be the opposite side. The 14 would be the adjacent side. So that means I'm going to be using TOA because I have the opposite and I have the adjacent. So it would be tan 32. The opposite was X. The adjacent was 14. And now I just cross multiply those together. So 1 times X is X. And then tan 32 times 14. So make sure, a couple things, if you are not getting the same answers that I am on your calculator, you need to check mode and make sure that your mode, the degree, is highlighted. Or make sure if you're using the scientific calculator on the computer, that degree, DEG, we do not want RAD. We are not rad, we are DEG, is highlighted. Okay, so on this one then I would type in my tan 32. Don't forget to close the parentheses, and then times the 14. So if you do not get this answer that I had, and you don't know why, and you can't figure it out, then make sure you come and have me help you. So that means X would be 8.7. X is 8.7. So that would be the base of my triangle, 8.7. So to find the area then, I just need to multiply those guys out on my calculator and figure out what I get. All right. So this next one is also a kite over here. So we're going to find the area of that kite. So again, it would be diagonal times diagonal divided by 2. All right. So on this one, I do not know the entire lengths of the diagonals. However, I do know that this side right here is 9 square root 2. And because these two pieces here are equal, see how this one has 3 marks and that one has 3 marks? Well, then this would be a 45-45 triangle. All right. And I believe on the test I have the 45 written in there for you. Okay. So what that means then is that if this red side over here is 9 square root 2, that means these pieces then are 9. Okay, and notice that this piece over here also has 3 marks. So if that's 9, then this would be 9. All right, so how long are my diagonals now? So one of my diagonals, this big long one here, is going to be 25. So 25. And then this shorter one here, 9 and 9 would make 18. And then divide by 2. All right, so whatever that ends up being would be my answer. And I'll put the answer on the PDF file of this. All right, so on to the next one here. We have a polygon. So the area formula for polygons are apothem times perimeter divided by 2. Oops. All right. So the apothem then, it says up here is 24.1. So I just go ahead and put in 24.1 for my apothem. The perimeter is, let's see, we know the side is 20. All right. So if this side down here is 20, then all of these guys are 20. And so 20, it's an octagon. So 20 times 8, that would make my perimeter be 160. So 160 will be my perimeter. All right, and then just divide by 2. And again, now we're just typing that in our calculator, and whatever we get there will be our answer. All right. Okay, so the next set of problems here. Okay. I'm going to skip number 3. I will do it on the PDF version, but just for now, I'm going to skip it. All right. So number 4 here, it's a rhombus. So again, it'd be diagonal times diagonal divided by 2. All right. On this one, couple things. We know that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular, so all these guys are 90. I know then that we have some right triangles. So that side is 4. I don't know that side. I do know this side is 5. So what that means then is that 4 and 5, 4 and 5. I look at my Pythagorean triple list. That means this piece would be a 3, 3, 4, 5. Okay. One thing that we learned back in chapter, I think it was 7, was that the diagonals of a rhombus are bisected, because rhombuses are parallelograms as well. So if this is 3, this would be 3. And if that piece is 4, then that piece is 4. So now I know the diagonals, the lengths of the diagonals in my rhombus here. All right, so we've got area equals 8 times 6. All right, so the 4 and the 4 would make the 8. The 3 and the 3 would make the 6. So 8 times 6 divided by 2, so that one would be 24. 24 units squared. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So area 24. Alright, so the next example that we have here is another trapezoid. So we need base plus base divided, or times the height divided by 2. All right. Now on this one, it's very similar to that last one that we did, except this one, because these pieces here are equal, this would be a 45-45 triangle. And so if I know that that hypotenuse is 3 square root 2, then I would know my legs are 3s. All right. So then I know my base then. The one base is 8, obviously, that's there. The other base then would be 12. That 3 and that 9 are going to make 12. The height is 3. Right? So again here, oops. All right. So this base here would be 12. The 3 and the 9 make 12. The bases are always the parallel pieces, so those 2 blue pieces are my parallel pieces. And then the height here would be 3. All right. So adding those together, 8 plus 12 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60, divided by 2, so 30 units squared. Okay. All right, on to the next one. We have a polygon, so it'd be apothem, perimeter, divided by 2. All right, so on this one, it says I know the apothem, so apothem would be 16.5 times, I know the side is 12, and this is a nonagon, it said, so that means that we would want to take 12 times 9, so that would be, what would that be, 108? So 108 will be a perimeter, right? So 12, 12, 12, all the way around here. All right, so whatever that ends up giving us as we multiply that out. So 16.5 times 108 divided by 2. All right. Okay. Looks like I'm running out of time, so I'm going to probably have to do 2 more videos, I'm thinking. We haven't even got to the surface area and volume yet. All right.